What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday, February 17th, and this is episode 22 of the Micro Galaxy Squadcast, the show dedicated to all things Micro Galaxy Squadron. Tonight, we round up a huge wave of reveals from New York Toy Fair. The vault is alive and kicking, and it's never a bad day to wake up to new Star Wars footage. Tonight, my co-pilot, per usual, Mr. Microfleet, Kevin Tanner.
Hey, everybody. Good evening. Well,
How's it going, man?
certainly some exciting news out there, isn't there?
Chat is a buzz already.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? After getting very depressed there for about 2 weeks or so, I was like, man, I'm getting out of this. I'm done. And then boom, hit with some great reveals. And then the trailer this morning, man, that trailer is awesome.
Now, Kevin, you touched on something that I've seen quite a bit in the community through comments and things like that and DMs. A lot of people were feeling like there was just radio silence, like we had been on a 6-month break. Nothing had come out. People were wondering, what do I do with my collection? I got so many DMs about that, saw so many posts about that, and I don't know what that says about us as people in this day and age, but we are like 45 days removed from new product.
Right.
Series 10 released the last few days of the year, some of it even into January. That's maybe a month and a half. And people were like, man, what happened to the line? And the only thing I can come up with is that there was no official anything really for Series 10. No posts, no marketing, nothing like that. It's wild that the first thing we're seeing officially for Series 10 are the vault sets.
Right.
Spoilers for later in the show. But yeah, isn't that kind of wild? It was just odd to me. I kept seeing that over and over again. And I'm like, guys, we got 2 waves within like a month and a half of each other. And it's only been a month and a half since we got that second wave. We have brand new stuff still. People are still trying to get the TIE Avenger. And people are like, man, where's the stuff from the line? So I don't know if it's because there hadn't been a whole lot of future reveal stuff going on, or there hadn't been a lot of marketing tied to it. I don't know what was going on, but that, what you said right there, I kept seeing over and over again. I was like, man, are our brains so wired to just be like new,
constantly get
new,
stuff.
like what's...
Well, I think a lot of it comes with just the not necessarily the reveals as much as it seems like everything just stopped. It was like we were getting a bunch of stuff, and Series 10 started to hit some of those Fred Meyers and whatnot right up until the end of the year. And they got the one shipment of the Series 10 stuff, and then it was like done. Yeah. Once that stuff sold through, it didn't seem to be replenished, and all of that stuff for sure. It just felt like from a retail perspective, it paused. So, I mean, it's great to be able to see that coming back and certainly see some fresh blood out there with the new stuff. So
I was just trying to put my mind in the place of the people on the team who may have seen stuff like that, and they're like, we just shipped a whole new wave. What are people talking about? But I do think the communication aspect is kind of a lot of it, little fanfare, really zero fanfare for Series 10. But just interesting. We have had a lot of product in the last 3 months, and from what we've seen this past weekend, a lot of products still to come.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I'm very excited to talk about
the demise greatly exaggerated.
Yeah. And we've seen this multiple times throughout this line as well, where there is a slight lull in the information that we're getting or things rolling out. And so it feels like
sky's falling, right?
Sky is falling for sure. Yeah. Although I think the other piece of it too that does create a little bit of that angst is, in Target, we've had the same 2 things that have been sitting on the shelf for a long time. And
that's
then
probably
Walmart,
a big part of it.
Walmart, you got the same. You got the ARC, the ATTE, and the Ghost all just sitting there on the shelf. So it just feels like only the small stuff is coming in. And then even with that, it's not coming in, really fast enough in terms of just being replenished. But we got more coming.
And who knows how that works behind the scenes. I mean, with the lead up to a movie, which they haven't been around for. So you've got the lead up to a movie, you've got a new show. Who knows if they're working on something for Ahsoka or anything like that. I'm sure there's anniversaries around the corner. But
just look up YouTube, you'll find the trailer.
Yeah, hop on Twitter for a couple seconds. We haven't seen that lead up to a massive marketing push like what is happening now with the Mando and Grogu. So
there sure has been a lot.
Maybe that's part of it, where you see a little bit of a dip because they have their hands on so many other things in the lead up to this. But a lot of people joining in. I see the numbers still creeping up. We got about 55 of you guys in here now. Carabas Squadron, good to see you. Adelphi, great to see you as always. Lots of familiar names here. Stargazer, TK, DC Metro, what's up, man? Michael, Lucas Roberts, John Howard, CT 4404.
Yeah, we got some new ones in here.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Man, it's good to be back.
It is good to be back. It felt Cassidy, like even for us, it was a long
Cube Squadron Cassidy out. In here.
Yeah. Hey, Cassidy, what's happening? Thanks for joining.
Jump down to the bottom of the chat here. Good to be back. It's good to see all these familiar names. It's good for there to be some energy. We kind of took. I knew this was around the corner, and it felt weird to do an episode the week before Toy Fair when there's no news. So I felt like maybe instead of just like getting on and just trying to pull teeth to put an episode together, just wait a week and we'll have all kinds of news. Didn't expect there to be this much news because we haven't seen this amount of product at an event in a while, I don't think.
No, and especially new stuff. So we've seen a lot of product at events, but it's typically 70% or more is just stuff that we've seen in the past. So certainly really cool to be able to see some brand new stuff, which we're going to take a look at here in a minute.
Yeah, this past Comic-Con, same kind of thing. I felt like there were a small handful of new items there, but a lot of it stuff we'd seen or that had been previously revealed too. So
for sure.
It was really nice to get back into an event here where it's like new. So it's fun. Cool. The buzz is good. The hype is real. We've got hype for Star Wars again too. The hype is back. As of today, the hype is back.
I'd say. And they did a great job. Their marketing team did a great job on the lead up to this too, with a couple of teasers and then the little teaser at the Super Bowl, which I'm not gonna lie, that was a vehicle that they were riding in. So,
dude,
if that would be a fantastic way to get some Tauntauns in this line.
If they did that as a like Comic-Con exclusive or Celebration exclusive,
oh my gosh!
That'd be such a wild thing to have.
Yeah.
Still, the creatures. I don't know. Even if the creatures are pulling a vehicle, I don't know how that works. But
right,
are the Tauntauns an accessory to the sled? Is that how that works?
I think they're part of it. It's kind of like the dwarf spider droid, right? The droids don't actually ride on the back of it.
Just a little brown cable with a bunch of C clips hanging down.
Yep, that would be perfect
for the Tauntauns.
That would be fantastic. Love it. I'm in, man.
Well, Kevin.
Yes.
We've got an insane amount of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
But we would be remiss if we didn't hit our first segment we typically do and just kind of go over the little updates, very small updates right now on what's going on at retail.
Okay. Yeah. So starting out with Walmart. So Walmart has got still Series 10 there. So we've got, a lot of the Series 10 stuff that's out is just the light armor class. It seems to be all the commons. So lots of Geonosian starfighters, as well as the TIE advanced prototypes, few ATSTs mixed in there as well, but not a ton. Haven't seen any light armor class chase or rares show up at retail yet. And then we've got the Starfighter class. So it seems like there are 2 case packs that we've seen so far. One is the Magna Guard, and then the other one has the Xanadu Blood and the Armada X-Wing. So those have popped up as well. I've seen a spattering of old items also just put back on the shelf. I'd imagine they're just cleaning out the back. But from the light armor class and starfighter class, that's basically where we're at. Scout class, there's still a few boxes hanging out there, so if you find them, you can certainly pick them up. And then there are some other clearances at Walmart. So the ATTE is down to $26. The Ghost is down to 40 something, I think.
I've seen people with reports of as low as 15 on that in store, so it's a little all over the place.
Okay, gotcha.
Depending on your store.
Yep, but hopefully we're getting some of those moved out, so that way they can make room for some new stuff that's coming. And then I think we're getting some clearance here at Target as well. So we're running into some of those AT-ATs, Anakin sets. I haven't seen any of them discounted personally. Have you seen that?
No, I keep seeing reports online of people that are finding them discounted. So, and
I would imagine it's a matter
I think
of
it's
time.
also the time of year where not everything gets the tag on it right away. So I would say if you're at the store and you've kind of been looking for that or waiting on it, just scan it and see. You never know, especially at
that's
Walmart.
A good point. Yeah.
And you know, at Walmart, I think if you use the app, you don't have to find a scanner or find somebody. You can just use the app, and at least in my experience, it's been pretty accurate. It'll pull the price up at your store. It'll show you like the store price for the one you're at.
Yeah,
and that's super handy to see if that's on sale or not. A lot of them have the digital ones. Yeah, $21 for a Ghost Bean Retro says.
Nice.
So
great.
Yeah, they're down there. I've seen 15, 21. I think mine are 45 right now at that Walmart. But
yeah, that's what I've
I know seen. I know there's a lot of people waiting on those AT-ATs at Target to a little more widespread discount on those. A lot of people that were on the fence or decided to wait on that. It wasn't maybe as a bigger priority when it came out right before Christmas there. Once that thing gets down to $45 or something like that, it might start looking like a potentially better deal. But Target Circle also has those promotions and discounts all the time where there's been the opportunity to get those for a discount. Even not clearance. But yeah, we're definitely hitting the time of year where they're going to start trying to push a lot of product out store wide, but certainly toys and things like that. They're trying to get stuff cleared out for new things for spring. So just check your stores and check the prices on them at the scanners, and hopefully some good deals to be had.
Yeah, for sure. So then moving on to Amazon. So it looks like Amazon's got pretty much all of the Series 10 except for the Avenger, which does seem to be popping in and out of stock. So if you haven't picked one up, just keep an eye on it. And then there are also some discounts flowing through Amazon as well. So just keep an eye on it. I mean, as news like that pops up where something is discounted heavily, just keep an eye on the Facebook pages as well as the Instagram pages, because that'll get posted on there with links to be able to pick those up at a discount if you're interested in that. And then I think that's it.
Yeah, the biggest one I think over the past couple weeks was probably that ARC 170. It got down to
on Amazon. You mean
it was down in the 20s, and I think it may have hit low 20s.
Yeah,
and at least in my area, my region had a coupon for it that got it down to 18 something, like almost $19. So it would have been basically $20 with tax.
Yeah, that's a
which
good deal.
Is an amazing price for that. I'm actually not sure why I didn't pick up another one, but I'm still hoping for a premium vault version of it with slightly different and premium deco on it. I think that's a no-brainer. I'd love to see that, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how stocked up your Walmarts are, but certainly the ones that I've seen around here are pretty stocked up on the ARCs. So that'll be another one. It'll be interesting to see,
Mine have
if and
none,
when they discount that.
surprisingly.
Oh, really? Yeah,
No,
the
we
ones near
just
me
got
have
in
like
some new blind
15.
boxes. And then I'll tell you what, everything else is Magna Guard fighters
Mm-hmm.
and Genevex.
And Genevex still, huh?
Yeah. So for
Nice.
light armor, we have Genevex, and Starfighter, we have Magna Guard. The Lukes, surprisingly, all sold.
Yeah. I mean, and
And
this,
so, hey, apparently a great choice for an Armada release.
I would say, like you and I have talked about, I've talked about with a couple others. I think you've got to have an original trilogy vehicle in all of the series.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, those sell way better than anything else, for sure.
And it's so good.
It is. It really is good.
It is the best Luke. We talked about this in our top, maybe our top 10. I think that's maybe when we talked about it. But if you have been on the fence, if you didn't see that episode, and if you've been on the fence about picking up that Armada version, it is basically the same thing that came with. It's definitely the same thing as the 2-pack at the Disney store currently, and it's very, very close to the Red Squadron pack X-Wing with just a couple minor deco differences. But the biggest thing is the mechanism for the wings. It feels better than it has ever felt. I don't know if they tweaked it, what happened, or if maybe I got one that's like from the gods, but this feels so good. It has never felt better. And the fact that the wings close,
this is a kids show. This is a kids show.
The fact that the wings close tight and don't kind of bow or leave that gap in there, that makes it the best one for me.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely better.
And great, since apparently we'll be getting more X-Wings in the future. So
that's right.
Hopefully that's fixed going forward. Yours is the same way, right? Would you say the same thing?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely the wings closing and the cockpit staying in the same place and not kicking sideways. The front landing gear, Lightning, the front landing gear typically is snapping on the ones that have any paint application on the bottom. If it doesn't have any paint application on the bottom, it still may be tight, but when you open it, pull the little tab down and then make sure that you kind of have to slide up towards the nose as you pop that landing gear out.
I mean, mine doesn't feel like I have to worry about that at all. Have we seen that happen with this version?
No, I haven't, but definitely with Hera, and then there were a couple of others. There are a couple
Red Squadron, maybe.
Couple in the Red Squadron. I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah, it's something to watch out for, but I just haven't. There's nothing about the feeling of this one that makes me think that's going to be an issue. But since it kind of has been a deal, I just always be careful with it. I would say is a good rule of thumb with that.
Yep, for sure.
So if you were on the fence, pick that one up. It's great. I think if you only have Series 1, it's a no-brainer to pick that up.
You have to get it. Yep. Any Series 1 item, you've got to get whatever the new thing is that's out there. It's so much better.
Yeah, even just for the wash, they've kind of hit they've really hit the stride with the wash on a lot of these.
Yeah.
And figured out the appropriate amount to use and color tones and things like that on it. It feels like they're in a really good place with that. So right now, I think the Armada editions are great pickups for any fleet builders or things like that. And then anything that's Series 1, Series 2.
Yep. Agreed.
Kevin?
Yeah.
On to real news.
Next segment.
Something that we haven't had a whole lot of news the last few episodes.
I know.
The Vault is back.
It is back. That's right. And we got a lot of news on the Vault, although I think we're probably just going to hit. Are we going to hit all of it?
I think we'll hit some of it later when we go through the new product. But, fellas, ladies, Tomorrow,
Series 10.
it is Tuesday. Tomorrow, which is a Wednesday, the 18th, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock Central, Mountain, you do you. Series 10 Light Armor and Starfighter will be on the vault.
Yeah, going live.
And for a lot of us, we have not come across these rares or chases yet.
Yeah. So
and
I think the one that's maybe
a lot
the
of
most...
army builders in here too, for the most part. So
yeah,
I mean, it's not a bad pickup, even if you have a lot of these already.
for sure.
You can always use more ATSTs.
Yep.
The Geonosian fighter, army builder, I think too. It's not a bad deal to have another TIE Advance prototype, since we saw them with the TIE Avenger in Andor.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of the vehicles that you have, other than maybe Cad Bane, which you only really need one of. I mean, this whole line is
Luke.
basically army builders. Yeah, but you can always have more X-Wings.
Yeah, Cad Bane and Luke might be the only outliers in this that, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, definitely a good
there's a very good chance you don't have Cad Bane already. So really the Luke X-Wing in here is one of the few in here. Yeah, the rares and chases in this are really cool. I have really dug the was it Twilight Squadron?
Yeah,
Eclipse
Squadron, yeah.
Eclipse Squadron, Twilight Squadron, TIE Fighter, and then the Macquarie concept cloud car. Very, very, very cool. And I hope it's one of the first of a new subline. We've got the retro toy subline, we've got the hologram subline. Who knows if some of the like storyboard or anything like that will show its face again. But a concept art subline, I am absolutely here for. Love that.
Yeah.
And I could see that deco go on all kinds of things. The snow speeder.
Totally. Yeah,
A-wings.
You could do all types of stuff.
There's all kinds of stuff that they could add to that subline, and it's not a like make or break your collection deal if you miss out because it's a rarer chase. What's up, Brent? How's it going, man? Good to see you. So tomorrow, those go up for sale. Now, Kevin.
Yeah.
For a split second, when these first the pages first went up, they you could add them to cart.
Yes.
And they were eligible for the 20% off that was running at the time. So if you were like glued to your phone that day and happened to see it when it popped up with the email, which is how it was revealed, it just was in an email blast that morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm checking.
Some lucky people out there may have gotten a little discount on that and secured theirs early. I don't know how these will do. I guess there's a chance one of these could eventually sell out. Because we saw Series 9 light armor sell out. So you never know, man.
You're right.
Remind me again, what did Series 9 light armor have that was, that had the Elite Defender? Was that right?
Yes. Elite
was
Defender.
That right? The Elite Defender. What was the rare?
Ezra.
The A-Wing?
Ezra's A-Wing, yeah.
Yeah, the Defender. So maybe it was the Defender effect on those that made that sell out. I don't know. But interesting that one was a sellout. So I feel like, who knows? And with the hype of Mando and Grogu and things like that, we could be back into the business where, if you don't grab these in the first few days or a week or so, they may be gone.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's hope not.
Pretty cool. I do think it's interesting that it feels like it's been a while, again, like we talked about earlier, but really this is still a pretty tight window for the Vault release here. We're what, 45 days removed, thereabouts, from Series 10 releasing. And I'd say a month and a half is still a really quick turnaround for these sets to be up on the Vault. So, some people I'm sure like that. Some people may be frustrated by it, but just interesting that, maybe not quite as quick as Series 9 was. That was an insanely quick turnaround, but
yeah, right.
A month and a half feels like a good pace. I could do 2 months. By the time these are in hand, it'll be about 2 months probably. I don't know what
Yeah,
chat thinks about
yep,
that.
for sure. Yeah, certainly if you're looking at it relative to when it originally started hitting stores,
Yeah.
the Fred Meyers type of a thing. Well, I guess, yeah, probably by the time we get it in hand, be about 2 months. Which again, like, let's just pre-order these things.
Douglas Gonk says he's going for light armor only because he
Mm-hmm.
has all 5 of the Series 10. I don't know if you have a Fred Meyer
Nice.
near you or if you did some trades, but that's pretty nice.
Yeah,
I
for
guess you
sure.
could. Some lucky people have found them at Walmart, but that has
Yeah.
certainly not been my experience with those. Age of Grogu says, I think I'm going to need to get 2 of these sets, one to open, one to keep in the box.
Mm-hmm.
That is the way.
Yeah. That is the unfortunate way for some of us.
That is how the rest of us degenerates live.
Yeah.
With a lot of these. As I stare out into my room full of moving boxes of stuff that's still in the packaging, tons and tons of TVC that'll probably never be opened.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael saying the same thing. It'll be a double pickup for him. Now, I'm not sure if he means both sets or 2 sets. Kevin, what are you? I bought one of each. What are you? How are you going on this one?
Well, fortunately, I only need one of the Starfighter. Somebody actually was nice enough to give me the Cad
You had
Bane,
these, right?
which is in the mail, so I should have that probably tomorrow. And then for the light armor, yeah, I'll need 2. One in, one out of the box.
Nice.
Yep.
Good to see new stuff on the vault. Hopefully, unfortunately, this is how most people get the rares and chases right now. With
it's
how
kind of the way you
often
have to go.
they're
Almost.
being found at retail, but at least it's available. I like that they're doing it. Hopefully, remains successful for them. Now, I saw DC Metro in here earlier. DC Metro did bring up a kind of interesting point from an interview with Aaron from the Five Nights at Freddy's team, who he mentioned that there was a push. Now, the caveat being, I don't know if he's speaking to his team at Five Nights or in general as it pertains to Vault across Jazwares brands, but he did mention there's a push for made to order product on the Vault in the future. So it could be interesting. Again, that might just be Five Nights. I think the Five Nights stuff is doing really well for them. But if I've been saying for a long time, that's made to order or sort of crowdfund maybe our only chance at some of the different product that wouldn't do quite as well at retail, like an Outrider. So I just wondered, is that something you'd be into, Chad? Is that something you would be into? I think there's 2 things you could do with made to order, if that's how they, if that's something that they want to bring to the other brands as well. Things that you're a little hesitant about at big box retail, like the Outrider, like the Onyx Cinder, like the Fondor Hallcraft. Things
that
like that
awesome
that made to order, you need to charge whatever you need to charge to get it made. I think made to order, you're not having to fit things into your set price ranges, right? You're not trying to hit a SKU size or packaging size. With made to order, you can price it however it needs to be priced to get it made.
Yep.
And then video game stuff, I think that's a good place. It either funds are at funds. Made to order, though, I guess you've kind of got to assume that it will get made. I think I guess that's the biggest difference for crowdfund versus made to order, right? Made to order, you assume it is going to get made. Crowdfund, you've got to hit that minimum for it to get made. I think would be the different qualifier there. But either way, there's a lot of ships like that are a little larger that I don't know quite how well they would do that people would be paying for. And then you have your larger scale, your capital ship scale. And that's where I'm like, okay, let's see hammerheads. Let's see a
could you
Venator.
imagine a
Let's
hammerhead?
See a Star Destroyer. And again, if anyone's listening, hey, we don't need micro figures with them. We need micro ships to go with them. Just give us micro.
Now we're talking
micro ship accessories with the capital ships.
I love that.
And again, I don't know if I can't remember if they still have the Micro Machine brand. I know they were doing some stuff for a while with Micro Machines. I don't know if Jazzware still has access to that, but a Micro Machine-esque ship accessory with that would be super, super, super fun. I know we've talked about that before. But as we'll see later, I feel like if we talk about things enough on here, Kevin, we may speak them into existence.
That would be fantastic.
I don't know if we can take credit. I don't think we can take credit for it, but it is nice to have some things on our wish list Cole, that's been checked off, you know.
To be honest, when are they going to go, hey, we're doing all these blue ones. Maybe we should do something in a different color if they're not hearing it from us.
What's more likely is the low man on the totem pole may just be skipping through an episode and they get the idea and it's like they bring it up at the meeting and it's like, oh man, Johnny over here, intern Johnny's got a pretty good idea.
Oh, that's a good one. Good one.
No, I don't think we can take credit for any of that. I'm sure they have all kinds of discussions and probably discussions that have gone on long before we've been yapping about them on here. But yeah, the Red Hollow thing is really cool.
It is.
So
cool.
I feel like did we hit? Yeah, we hit all the vault stuff tomorrow. Don't forget if you're interested in those and want to snag them, the 20% off deal is over as of yesterday. But those will be great sets. Cassidy says, would love to see a capital ship class and Micro Machine scale fighters. Such a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of those things where they would have to go back to Lucasfilm and potentially renegotiate that. But as Hasbro is not making anything in that scale right now, I think it's possible. I don't know that that's as hard to do as some of the other asks that fans have, where they really would have to move some things around, go to legal, renegotiate a bunch of stuff, change up contracts and things like that. It feels like that's a space where nothing is there. There's no Micro Machines, as far as I know. Size vehicles like Micro Machines would be so cool, so much fun. And I think there's enough fans that would pay $120, maybe $150 for a large Star Destroyer, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you've got the people that are going to do the
I've paid so much stupid money on HasLabs, so
exactly the HasLab stuff. That's exactly
of course
right.
I'd shell out bigger bucks for a Micro Galaxy one. I just don't know what that price range would be for something like that. You know, if $60 has kind of been the Ghost size, if you're twice the size as that 120, I don't know how that the economics of that would work.
Yeah, very true. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, man.
Moving on.
So yeah, moving on. What do we got next?
Pull that down. So before we jump into Toy Fair, there was another event a night or two before Toy Fair, where Disney Consumer Products did a not compared to Toy Fair, a small event, but it felt like a big event. For Jon Favreau was there and a couple other things. I think they had a little show floor where they showed media, some of the merchandise that's on the way for the Mando and Grogu movie. And all these websites at all the same time kind of started publishing all of their exclusives and info and things like that. And we got to see all kinds of new stuff from the movie, new products. Man, all kinds of people, Hasbro, Jada, Lego. It was like all of their partners. And it's kind of weird. We did see the Razor Crest, the new Razor Crest from the Mando and Grogu made its way to Jedi News Network in what sounded like the most official press release, legit copy, right? Sounded,
yeah.
There was not a doubt in my mind that wasn't legit because all these other things. So it turns out, now that we're on Tuesday, it listed Monday as the pre-order day for that. And obviously that was not super in the cards. So I don't know where Jedi News Network got that press release from. But they did have some info on it. I just think it might have been early info or things that had changed. But the problem is now it kind of calls into question everything in the press release. I think this is probably still accurate, but kind of weird. Who knows? Basically, per their information, there is a standard version of the new Razor Crest that Walmart should have a pre-order for. They say the 16th. It technically was available, Kevin, for like 2 minutes or so.
Nice.
The second it got posted, I saw it and went to the page and it was gone. So it's interesting here because the pre-order date I don't think is right. Also, landing this fall cannot be accurate because, as we saw yesterday, someone in the UK has found this new release at Forbidden Planet already.
Oh, really?
Yes. So someone has the new version of this ship in hand from Forbidden Planet in the UK. So, kind of interesting. That's inaccurate. The February date, apparently inaccurate. I'm hoping the next part about Target is accurate. Listen, everybody in here is chat's freaking out about it, about it already being available. And now I want to go back and check my messages just to make sure that I was, someone in the UK found it at a Forbidden Planet in Birmingham in the UK. I wish I had the user's name. I don't have it. It was, I believe, in the UK Facebook group, maybe. So someone has this in hand. Product is out there. So the fall, not accurate. February 16th, not accurate. I'm hoping the rest of it is accurate because they mention another version of it from Target, an exclusive from Target that has an additional Zeb figure, blast effects, engine effects. Kevin, that's what I want. And if we're starting to tally up the things that we've been asking for, I've gone on multiple rants about blast effects. Somebody's doing the Lord's work over there, Kevin. So,
nice.
Blast effects, awesome. I would love to see a picture of it to see if the actual ship looks the same. I don't know if it's going to have a little bit of a deco change or battle damage, or they kind of put the scoring on some of them, like the Ghost from
Yeah,
Amazon.
right.
I don't know if anything else will be different about it, but it does seem to be a little more premium version per this blurb, a Target exclusive. I believe these are March 22nd ish release dates for these.
Yeah,
I believe per the
and
store systems.
now that you say that again too, it would be interesting to know. I wonder if DC Metro has any info because he's always got the inside scoop. Because we did see a picture of this on in the vault section, which we'll talk about here in a minute. And I wonder if that's why that was there.
It,
You know what I mean?
puts
In the
it like Target
display.
decided not to have it, and now they're putting it on Vault.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
To me, it feels like the press. I mean, this is obviously official copy. I think it is just old. My guess is that this is old copy, that things have changed, and somehow it got bundled with the massive drop that Lucasfilm dropped, or Disney Consumer Products dropped, where they sent all these outlets, hey, here's all the promo images, here's all the blurbs for all the things. Because, you go to all the sites and it's like, from Jada Toys, the AT-AT RC car, now, you're getting all the official stuff in there. The only thing I can come up with is it was outdated info, things have changed, and, that's not the story anymore. I hope, even if it's not at Target, that it is available somewhere. Because the idea of having blast effects, engine effects, I want to support that so hard so that we get more of that. I've been saying for a while that is like the next level for me. That's the next level of value on Vault releases, is having blast effects. And if it's a material that's strong enough to not, especially if you're selling it on Vault, I don't know that necessarily has to adhere to the same standards that something that's going on like a Walmart shelf would. You know what I mean? For age, like I think your age approval, whatever, I think you can use a little stiffer material for those blast effects.
All I can think of is when you made that sound effect is Luke from the cartoon set.
Hey, can you pull up did you pull up the photos for those?
They're up right here. Here you go. I'll go ahead and pull it up really quick.
Cool.
There you go.
So let me see if there we go. There is this presumably is the standard version of this. We're getting the armory slab again that we've seen before. Looks like the interior and everything is unchanged, but man, I feel like across the board, this Mando with Grogu hanging on to his jetpack is like ever present in all of the materials they've done for this, all the marketing stuff. Even the new poster, I think he's hanging on his jetpack, but it's like all the Mando figures we saw, TVC, Black Series. I want to say the Figuarts was the same way, and now we're seeing the little 1-inch micro figure the same way. The little Grogu hanging on his back. That must have been what Lucasfilm sent to the licensees to work on. Everybody got the same image of Grogu hanging on, and they must have felt like, for whatever reason, that was adorable and a big win. Because across the board, I feel like that's, at least for a lot of the stuff we saw last week with that event, it's all Grogu hanging on that backpack. I don't know if you saw the vintage collection one, Kevin, but
yeah,
Grogu has a massive peg hole in his belly where he attaches on. He's legitimately an accessory because he just pegs on to the side of Mando's backpack, I believe.
You're talking about in this version?
That would be the vintage collection version.
Oh, the vintage collection. Okay, gotcha.
I'm not sure how the Black Series one hangs on. Or the Figuarts one. Interesting, though. I talked about this with some buddies on Discord yesterday, but DC Metro brought it up earlier too. So maybe not unrelated to microgalaxy. For the first time, the SH figure arts.
Oh, I lost you. Cole, you there? We may have lost Cole here. Can anybody out there hear Cole or hear just me? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's all right. I'm sure he'll be back here very shortly to be able to talk about that. So in other news, while we're waiting on Cole to come back, there is another listing that popped up actually on Amazon. So, there he is.
I don't know if that was me or you. It felt like me. Oh, cool. There's two of us in here.
How about that?
Is there two of me?
If I can get rid of the old one.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. I was just getting ready to talk through our next thing. But you were saying SH Figure Arts. Yes. Continue.
Man. I tell you what, Kevin, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I assume it's me.
Yes, I think it was you.
I don't know if I mentioned this. I've had like zero issues with Xfinity until they started digging around. AT&T fiber came through and started digging around and messing with utilities around here. And I don't know. I'm having issues now, and it's really strange timing.
That's okay. So, we're making it most of the way through.
Yeah,
it's your new superpower.
Interesting that Grogu is on the back on all the toys that apparently. So I will say we should say there is a link for this. There's nothing on the page. I'll put the link for this on the link tree. You can bookmark it, I guess, and just kind of check it here and there. I'm sure they'll have an actual official when they're on the correct timeline. But yeah, it was up for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and hardly anyone knew about it. So it's not a scenario where it legitimately sold out. I think.
Yeah, and I think even in a scenario where that did happen, where it popped up like that, and only a couple people, only a couple people get it, it's going to be fine. We're going to have plenty of them out there, so don't freak out if you didn't catch it on that first go.
Yeah.
Now, in other news too, moving on from the Razor Crest, another thing that did pop up here on Amazon, was this Amazon US or was this international? I think this was international, but we ended up seeing a listing here pop up for this Mall Shadow Collective set. So this one's going to be Amazon UK. Oh, thanks, DC Metro. And so this is going to end up having 3 different vehicles. So we'll get, I would imagine we're going to get just the same Night Brother gauntlet. And then we'll get 2 Death Watch, and it's kind of hard to see. You can see it down here in the bottom in the description. So it's 2 Death Watch troopers with Fang fighters. Now, it does mention here in the description that there is a rotating cockpit. I don't believe that that's going to be the Fang fighter. I believe that that's just going to be the gauntlet. So similar to the type of features that we've had in the gauntlet before, I wouldn't expect that to be any different. And then same thing with the Fang fighter. I wouldn't expect there to be new mechanisms in there to be able to turn the cockpit, but it would be cool if they did. But then you've also got a few different micro figures. You're going to have Maul, and then it does say in here in parentheses, you can see that Shadow Collective. So that's maybe a different Maul figure sculpt. Then we have a Mandalorian, a male Mandalorian pilot, and a female Mandalorian pilot as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, the picture that's on here is not accurate. That is the old Arvala 7 Razor Crest from Series 1. But either way, we will have.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to
hopefully that
see
coming
what
too.
the deco on those figures looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I think we saw some Funko Pops that it kind of looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, you're glitching, man.
Of course.
Glitching hardcore.
Before we jump into
Yeah,
Toy Fair stuff, I may restart the router, which may take a few minutes.
go for it. That's all right. I can wing it. I'll wing it, man. Good luck.
Oh, give me
see you
just
in
a
few
second.
minutes. Yep, no problem.
Or go ahead and start Toy Fair. That's fine too.
Yeah, no, we can bounce through. I'll skip ahead to some other fun stuff that's going on that I've got. All right, so while Cole
Cool.
disappears,
Let me see if this fixes anything
for a few minutes. What I actually want to do is skip way ahead in the program here until he comes back, because I want to keep him around for the Toy Fair discussion as we get closer to it. But I want to kick it over to some community spotlight stuff and just take a second to give a quick plug again for Casty over at Cube Squadron. So, as you guys have, know, I've been doing some test printing and just was able to finish up here a single cube variant of the Yavin scene, which is really incredible. So there's some really cool filaments that we tested out to try to get some cool gradient in the rock on the surface of it. But then being able to store the X-Wing in there, and there's just a ton of accessories, so many details in this. You can see on the right side as you're looking on the interior, there's some wires that are kind of hanging on the back wall, which is really sweet. Such a great touch to it. And the Y-wing on the front looks really awesome as well. Now, I did do a wash on a lot of this, so it does look way better with the wash on it. So, yep, absolutely. Thanks, Cassie, for letting me test these out. And so, I actually have a tutorial video that I've created, and I've put it 95% of the way there. I'm going to post it here shortly on YouTube and social media. And then the one thing I do really love about some of my experimenting that I've done is I actually did a glow in the dark filament for the sky piece of it, which looks really sweet. So this is what it looks like with the lights turned off and that thing totally charged up. And then here, oh nope, I just have that one, but it's a really cool set, very easy to put together. So anybody that has a 3D printer, you'll be able to print these out and do all that stuff. Like the extension on the front. Wonder if other sets will have that option. So possibly that'd be a good one to shoot over to Cassidy in terms of having some new options on that. Too many repaints. Yeah, for sure. So, thanks for the comment there, Jedi Miller Returns. I would agree with you for sure. There are a lot of repaints. I think that in order for the line to continue to stay profitable, they kind of have to do some of that. One of the great things that they have been doing is changing it enough that it kind of makes sense. Although it'll be interesting to see what they do with this Shadow Mall Collective, because if it's just a straight re-release of those, for sure, man, this is going to be silly. But at least you're getting some different microfigs, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, for sure. That glow in the dark filament actually looks way brighter on the camera than it actually does in person. Do you have a favorite so far? Is this from the Micro Galaxy Squadron stuff in terms of what my favorite vehicle is? If that's the question, I would say, gosh, it's a toss up between the Ghost and the AT-AT. I mean, both of those are incredible, and like they're just massive. So very, very cool. Fang fighters will be different deco, I would imagine. So, yep, absolutely. Sorry, for Cube Squadron in terms of what's my favorite so far. I mean, I'm a sucker for the Imperial Hangar. So, I've already got the 3x1x3 and the 1x1 cube printed, and we'll be looking to do more of those here soon. Series 11 is removing the rares and only doing chases. That's actually where did you hear that from? So I have heard that from someone else as well. I would love that if that was the case, to be honest. Um, but yeah, if you have any info on where you got that information from, I would love to hear. Cool. Be a fun retro. As of now, only the Yavin hidden base will have the front extension. Plans to incorporate it. Yeah, great. There's your answer. Should know how much. Yep. Yeah. So this is coming. So last episode we were on, we actually had enough people in here to be able to go on to Kickstarter and go ahead and sign up to get more information and just start following the page. If you haven't done that, definitely go in there and do that. So I'm not sure where we stand currently, but getting close to the 1500 mark. 1500 is really the jump off point to get the reveal for the last cube, which is going to be the last big one. And then the other thing that Cassidy has been posting some is he's got these mini cubes that are so cool. I cannot wait for all of those reveals to come out. So, yeah, very, very cool. Well, it looks like Cole is back. Let me see if he is he's rocking. You there, Cole? Or are you still frozen? Still looks frozen. Oh, there he is. No, a little bit of movement.
I'm in and out still.
Okay, gotcha.
It's tough. If you want to take the reins, I will pop in when it feels like I'm live.
Yeah. So, trying to figure out which stream is better for him to see. But I heard the thing that rares is being phased out via Neil Onyx on Rebel Scum forums. Interesting. Have you heard any news of that?
Only whisper.
Yeah.
Nothing official on that. So who knows?
Yeah.
Until something comes out. I feel like anytime there's an event like this, there's always like just rumblings and whispers of things that may or may not act. They end up going just chases in waves.
Yeah.
Hopefully that means we'll have better access. They could also mean we get smaller waves, if they just take the rare out completely.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
I don't know if that's legit or not.
It'd be great to be able to have less of those limited items so that we can just kind of get what we want to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we want to jump into it, and I will.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. So here we go.
Really cool because we got to see a little bit of every class wave. Oh, I guess I was going to mention I see these photos in the queue there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is one. Go ahead.
A couple things that were shown from that event, but we didn't see from Micro Galaxy. One of them is, listen, there's a Lego Ward, which is Sigourney Weaver's character, is there. Now we don't know that Paul's in the movie, but if there's a Lego set with him and the person we know is in the movie, feels like they're telling us something there.
For sure. I think I would agree with that.
and he's
Certainly
not
sounds
in the
like it.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was cool. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we see the Nick Fury of the Mandoverse in the movie.
I know. Isn't
And
that so
then there were
cool
just a
that,
couple other ones that we saw from Hasbro.
yep. Yeah, it looks like Hasbro, yeah, they're starting to dive in a little bit to this. Kind of looks like Mission Fleet, very
Yeah, it's
similar to it.
bigger. Dude. Who knows, man? They're always trying to cook up a new kids line.
Mm-hmm.
They just axed their epic World of Heroes or whatever it was,
Okay.
4.5 inch line, and now we've got this new line that's slightly different, but still geared towards kids. So I think they're
Mm-hmm.
just really trying to figure out what kids want to play with. But I would say out of all the stuff we've seen, this droid character here looks pretty awesome. We've seen it
Agreed.
in this, and we've seen it in a Funko Pop. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if he actually rides a stap in the movie, but really, really want to get him in the line because he's so interesting looking. Put him on the stap. We've already got the mold. That would make a great release. And then we've got this tiny little Anzellan ship. And if this is in the movie, would absolutely love to get this in like light armor class, this tiny little
Mm-hmm.
ship.
Yeah.
I think that would be super, super fun. In the trailer, there's also like a little speeder that the Anzellans and Grogu are in. So it feels like maybe Grogu and the Anzellans have their own little cute adventure for a while in the movie.
Yeah.
But just a couple cool things that I would like to see. Now, for stuff that we actually did see at the show, um, we saw a mix of Series 11 and Series 12, and we saw a little bit from each class size, which is
Yeah.
shocking how much stuff was there. Like we mentioned earlier, I love it. Um,
Agreed.
but I'll just run through the list here. We've got IG-11 on the damaged exploding speeder bike, like we saw with the indoor Ewok.
Yep.
Paplu? Is it Paplu, maybe?
Paplu, yeah. And this is the white speeder bike too. It looks like from Series 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So fun to see him again. I love this. We've got Ezra's Lothal glider.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love that. Such a weird release. It's
I know.
so cool.
Yeah. I really
So
love the
random.
unique stuff for sure.
They continue the Rebels love.
Yep. Yeah. And then you've got Bosk here with the swoop
Yes.
speeder, which I would have never guessed we would have gotten a Bosk figure, but very cool to see him there. This is all on the left picture as we're looking at it right now. And then the other one here on the left, this is a looks to be a 104th clone,
Yep.
phase 2. So with just that blue bark speeder, which looks great. So great to be able to get that. All of you that
Army
got the
build.
RB build, all of you that got the 104th ATTE and need some more figures to fill that out, looks like we're going to be able to get that. Hopefully, that is a common, even though that is a re-release. And then switching
Really
over,
feels like something that may not be a common, if we're being
I
honest.
know, I know. I'm
Is there
just
a world
trying
where
to,
we get the Houndstooth for Bosk?
dude, potentially.
The figure.
Potentially. I mean, I don't, you'd have to, for a figure like that, you'd have to have another one. I mean, but to the same degree, we have had a few figures that have come out in the scout class that we haven't had pop up anywhere else. So Kalnaka is one of them. We've also had, who else is there? So the other Tuscan Raider that was like way back in series 3 or whatever. But very cool to get him. with the trailer, seeing another bounty hunter in there was pretty cool. So who knows? Maybe we'll get another one of those. And then transitioning here to the right side. So this is another phase 2 clone trooper, which is one of the things we've been needing. Although I still don't see a stormtrooper up here
So
anywhere.
good.
But
Put them in every wave. We need to army build those guys bad.
For sure. So getting him with what looks like just a standard bark speeder. And then we've got this says Hunter here with speeder. I think I have the name from earlier with or is that the one, Cole, did you pull that one off of Dave's? Yeah, Hunter with a green speeder bike. So we don't know who that is. And then we've got,
that not Hunter from Bad Batch?
Is it?
That's his like civvy clothes.
Is it really?
Right? I think so, right?
Gosh.
Isn't that Hunter? When he's not wearing
it is Hunter. No kidding. I had no idea who that was. I was like, what the heck is that thing? He does look like Rambo. I mean, that was exactly what I was thinking. I was like, what is that figure? That looks like some type of alien or something. But
it's a wild choice, by the way, for that look.
Agreed. That's a totally new mold too. For a figure like that. But very cool. So he's got his speeder, and then finally we got revealed this Anakin with his swoop bike. Gosh, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and we're finally getting him on his swoop bike, which is sweet. Finally getting that, and we got the Rey now in the last series, so very excited to have that. And then it looks like we've got a new mold for Obi-Wan. So this Obi-Wan has some like gauntlets on his arm that kind of go down like around his elbow, which is unique. So I would imagine that would be a chase or a rare or whatever, depending on what's going on. And so I would imagine that that will be the case with that one, but very cool to have him as well. But those are going to be your 8 new scout class. And of these, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brand new 6 brand new molds. So you've got the glider, you have Bosk, the swoop bike, you also have the Obi-Wan, Hunter, and Hunter's bike. So pretty awesome to see that with Scout class, they aren't just totally reusing everything. They're reusing some stuff, but great to be able to expand that out.
You met the Obi-Wan that it's
What's that?
The Obi-Wan, the like very specific Clone Wars look.
Yeah, right.
I really hope that we get a version with different arms so we can finally have our episode 3 Obi-Wan. We're so close to that Obi-Wan. We just need arms with normal sleeves and not the like super specific Clone Wars look for this.
Right.
With the armor. We're so close. We've got that head now and the body. We need the arm.
Yeah. Well, I guess what we can do is potentially just take them apart and swap them out, right?
It's bold, but yes, you could.
Yeah. So that is the Scout class stuff that was revealed. All still super exciting, and still some left out there. So, I mean, right now there are 6 items in each series. So I don't know. Do we see a decrease down to 4? Does it go down to 5 if you don't have the rare? Do they still keep it at 6 and then we're just missing 2 in here? So we'll see. It'll be interesting to find out what's coming.
Yeah, hopefully there's something we're not seeing there. Maybe a really cool one that they're waiting to reveal. I don't. I doubt that they'd show it here if they had something cool. But
Now, the one nice thing that we have had really in the last 3 series, which I think is really cool, I mean, and they should continue doing this with Scout Class, is if you have a chase of a 1 of 5,000, just do the hologram. Like, that's a
mm-hmm.
fantastic, easy shoe-in. You could just do a holo in literally every single, series of Scout Class and be totally fine. Because it's one of those, like, a lot of collectors, it's a little less desirable,
Have less people
and so
angry.
exactly, yeah. Not gonna miss out on that much. So then moving on, we've got light armor class, and man, this is some serious eye candy here for a couple different reasons. So the two that you can see here on the far right, which is the A wing, the finally getting the I guess it's the RZ1 mold, and you're also getting a hologram version of it. So I think that's the hologram version of that one. But
Blue hologram.
correct, the blue hologram. And so we got a couple different things to look at here. So you've got your pirate snub fighter. So this looks to be almost the same exact release as the one we had previously, but it does have a different pilot in it. So the pilot is just a Klatooinian pilot, and it says damaged on there. I can't really see where the damage is. Maybe a couple little scuffs there on the front of the nose. But then you have, so you've got on the left side, we have the advanced proto with the Grand Inquisitor, and the Grand Inquisitor has a helmet on, which is again interesting that they would put that unique mold in there
Redo
for
it.
that specific one. What's that?
That they would go redo the mold for just this.
Correct. Yeah, which is really interesting. And then we've got, I mean, that A Wing does look like that RZ1. I mean, it looks like it's got the right shape to it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what's going on.
Yeah, the hollow RZ1 A Wing with a pilot. And then on the bottom left, this is one that's very surprising. I mean, I don't even know. Do you know when we even saw this? This is Qui-Gon Jinn's Jedi Starfighter.
No, I have no idea. Somebody said they had done a custom of it, and I
Yeah,
wondered where they got it from. This is the first time I'm ever seeing this version. It looks great.
it does look great. I mean, it's certainly not something I would have anticipated us getting.
The comic.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Came from a comic. Nice. Well, that's fantastic. Love that, man. Pull from every resource. And then we've got another E-Wing. So this is a battle damaged E-Wing with maybe Captain Porter. So this would potentially be the other guy that's flying that E-Wing.
Yeah, it
It
looks
does.
great.
Yeah, the blues do look much more vibrant than the previous release. The blue painted on the side of the E-Wing.
The only weird thing about these, and hopefully I'm not cutting out too bad. I feel like I probably am.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all of these are kind of like rare and chase realm of reuse. Don't you?
I do, yeah. All
Uh,
4 of
and-
those. Yeah, certainly the hologram one
or
seemed like it.
chase.
Yeah, the hologram one for sure, I would imagine to be a chase. And I would think that the Qui-Gon one would also be kind of in that same boat. But here's another picture too of the RZ1 A-Wing with just, I guess, just a pilot. Yeah. And the mold looks great. Man, that looks awesome. I cannot wait to see this thing in person.
I could, maybe it's out there, but I could not find a good picture of this anywhere.
No, I couldn't either. So yeah, this was maybe the best picture I could get. The only thing that's going to just drive me nuts a little bit about this is it looks like it's got that giant tab on the top of the cockpit, and the cockpit opens forward. So you're going to have that little hinge joint there potentially where it connects to the body of the ship. Um, but yeah, I mean, still looks great. Super excited that we're finally getting that after this much time and so many reuses of that resistance one, which is like, man, please stop giving me that resistance one.
Yeah, really want to see it in hand.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, it looks really small. I mean, if you're looking at that relative to that TIE prototype it's sitting right next to,
which is tiny.
Yeah, I mean, it looks that small, which is great. I mean, that's exactly what it should look like. Yep. Yeah, here we go. There you are.
So small.
Agreed.
Just a
Yeah, it's
tiny
kind of
little
like
guy.
Yoda's Jedi Starfighter.
Kevin, on
Very
the
cool.
Grand Inquisitors, I do hope the wings have some kind of where they kind of lock into place.
Oh man, you knocked one off. Look at that.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they revisited that where it would lock into place a little bit.
Yeah. Oh,
it
falling apart.
I'm gonna put it down. What?
You're just gonna make it worse, Cole. You're just gonna make it worse. Flight stand. There are flight stands that I have for all of the Micro Galaxy vehicles on my Etsy page if you're looking for flight stands. But it doesn't look like they're coming with flight stands other than the vehicles that can't land, essentially. So there are a couple of them, which we'll see here in a second. So then we repaints of the original. Yep. I hope that they redo pretty much all of the. I mean, they need to redo Hera's, even though again Hera's A-wing would still be the incorrect mold with this RZ1. At least it'd be closer. But either way, it'll be nice to be able to have that in hands. So then we move on to, well, anything else you want to say on light armor before we get to Starfighter? No, good.
No, I think I'm good on that. I just want to see the A-wing in hand.
Yep, agreed. Okay, so then moving on to Starfighter. So we have some pretty amazing new information here on the Starfighter. So you can see here, this image really highlights probably the biggest things, although we'll see some more as we keep going. So you've got 3 items here. You've got this is the tank. This is, what is this called? Imperial hover tank with a driver for the Starfighter. And then you've got your hyena droid, which is very unique. I would have never imagined that we got that. I did hear some rumblings about potentially getting this here a couple months ago. I was like, man, that seems really odd to do that. But there it is. Looks like it's in the CIS paint scheme. And then we've got the mother load, which is the red hologram Grievous Starfighter. I mean, again, one of those I could have never imagined once we got it in Series 3 that we would end up getting 3 different versions of this. But man, doing that as a red holo is fantastic. So, kind of like we alluded to earlier in the episode, this is something that we've been talking about for a while with being able to have holograms that are a different color instead of it just being the standard blue. If they could just do almost all of the Imperial versions in this red color scheme, man, that would be sick. So,
do you think the hyena can walk?
It doesn't look like it. I don't know that vehicle very well, to be honest. So it looks like with the way that the wings are set up, that you could potentially disconnect them and turn them. Although I don't know if that's the same type of mechanism that they use with the Vulture droid, where the wings pull apart. So I'd have to look at that one more because I don't know that vehicle that well. Does anybody out there know? Like, does it typically have the wings out in that pulled apart position? Let me see. I'm going to look it up really quick while we're doing that. The Hyena droid bomber. Yeah, it looks like the wings are set apart anyways. So it's very possible that that could just twist sideways and could potentially be the be legs. So I want to get just a quick straw poll here on the red hologram. Who loves the red hologram? Who hates the red hologram? So just go ahead and fire that off in chat. Um, I think it's one of the coolest ideas that I've seen now in a while, especially for the unique vehicles. Like, you just don't have to have it for a lot of collectors, but it's cool for anybody that's really trying to pull in like like you said, the eye candy that just kind of grabs your attention. Looks like candy. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, Stargazer gets it.
Yeah. Red villains, blue good guys. Totally agree. So as we keep moving along, here are the other two vehicles that we ended up getting shown off. So finally, we get our Carson Teva X-Wing. So after many years, so this is another one, was revealed, called what, 2 years ago? Maybe 2.5 years ago, on an actual stream
Finally.
with Paul. And they talked about the fact that this was coming, as well as a Max Reed version, which now we have this, and it's a new figure mold as well. So it is a pilot that is just less slim. I think would be the best way to say that. Could potentially be a repaint scheme for a Red 6.
Yep.
From the original trilogy, which would be awesome. Now, you can see here on
fit
this
guy now. Paul's pretty fit now.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think maybe they did him a little bit dirty trying to give him the same body as Porkins, but if that's what it takes to get Porkins into the lineup, I think I'm okay with it. Apologies to Paul.
Yep. But the this is your 1 of 5,000. You can see that sticker on there. Man, that's a real shame that they would make that specific. I mean, especially for that character, because I would not say that that character is not a mainstream character. You know, so Jazzwares, if you're out there listening to this and you have any way to shift that off, switch it with something else. Make this Cetos guy the actual rare, and let's get Paul out there for everybody.
Signed. 500 signed versions on the Jazzware on the vault. Extra.
Ooh, that would be good.
I'd love that. That'd be an awesome collaboration. I don't know if they want to do that or if Paul would do that, but that would be
really cool.
Fun, since he's been such a brand ambassador.
Yeah,
he's been a brand ambassador. It'd be awesome to have that collaboration on the vault there, and maybe get a few extra into people's hands that above that 5,000.
Yeah, totally agree. And so then we have our Fiend Fighter here, our Cetos Fiend Fighter. So this is interesting looking without the little fins on the side of it, like on the side of the wings where they would like shoot. And then the other thing that will be unique about this, which you can't obviously see on this one, is that it has like a little fin that sticks down on the bottom in the back. So that's something that we noticed right away with the original Fiend Fighter, that there's like a little part there on the bottom of it that looks like it could be removed. And so, I would imagine, Stargazer, that it does have that fin on the bottom. I couldn't imagine that they would not do that, considering that the standard Fiend Fighter does have that little piece on it that could be taken out, so they could put something else in there.
It helped for the triple dip, I think, on this one to have a little extra piece down there to differentiate it.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. And so so if you're keeping track here of what we've talked about so far, so we've got 6 light armor class vehicles that were revealed. And then now we have just 5 of the starfighter class. So, that does start to beg the question of, well, what's actually in the waves? So the one thing that would be really amazing if anybody is at Toy Fair, if you can just walk over there and spin the box around and snap a really fast picture, that would be awesome. Because then we'd be able to see whatever is coming. Because obviously those things are already in the boxes, and I'm sure that they have the makeup there on the back of it. So question here on when is Series 11 expected to be released? No idea. I would imagine that we'd be looking at what, Cole? April-ish?
Yeah, maybe? International is May.
Okay.
International is late April, May.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope somewhere here early spring we'd get a shot at it.
Yeah. Yep. I think that sounds about right. And then we keep moving on here from Starfighter to our Razor Crest. So this is the one, I would suspect, the one that we would be getting at Walmart, because this one has Mando there, and then it also has the weapons rack in it. And so looks great. I mean, I'd imagine it's the same Razor Crest. If they could do one thing with this, they had one adjustment that they could make to this, is to be able to put a slight clip on the front of the cockpit, just to make sure that that cockpit kind of latches tight. That was one of the things that I wasn't a huge fan of with the original release. But great to see that Mando is getting his Razor Crest back. Such an iconic vehicle. I can't believe they blew that thing up. Gosh, a bad idea. Although we did get the really cool N1 out of it, so that does help.
I need to custom paint my HasLab version.
I know, that's right. Yep, you're gonna have to get some tape and an airbrush now, man. And then probably my favorite of this, and I know, Cole, you're a big fan of this vehicle. This LAAT, it's like a patrol LAAT, or they call it the LAAT LE, is awesome. So I have 3D printed a few of these, and man, it is one of the coolest vehicles. I think it's just so like futuristic looking. But it looks like it has a lot of features to it. So it's got this sliding door there that opens on the back, which is great to see. So you can be able to put the figures in. There are some C-clips in there. It looks like it might only open on the one side, but who knows? Maybe it opens on the other. Then also on the front, you can see those wings that are there on the bottom. It does look like there's a hinge there, so you can put it in its landed position. This one has them kind of like extended out, and so it's tilted up like it is. Then you have your opening cockpit. You've got the guns there on the front that move, kind of like you have with your LAAT, the Standard Republic version. And then you've got 2 unique figures as well. So you've got Captain Enoch, and then you have a Remnant Night Trooper, I guess, if you want to call him that, Stormtrooper.
I wonder if that's just deco.
Yeah, good question. I don't know if I have another good picture of it. But not only do we get that, which this is our standard release, but we also are going to get a vault release, which is very exciting. And so on this one, I'll show another picture here in just a second. But this one does look like the whole body has a slightly different color to it. And then you can kind of see inside that door that's open that I believe one of the figures in there is also slightly different. But I am super excited for this vault release. This will be one that, gosh, I feel like I'm going to have to pick up multiple of these. So I already have a Rebels hangar bay that I've created. So I definitely have to have these in there for it as well. And so um, I believe this was our good friend DC Metro that put this together, this image, which shows the difference between the two, the standard release and then the Vault Edition. So Vault Edition looks like, again, slightly different color. It's a little bit darker gray, and it has very similar paint application on some of the panels like you have on the Avenger. So you can see like on the tail that's back there towards the top, it's kind of got this like pale gray color on it, which again looks amazing. It does look like the cockpit is also painted. So that's another huge one. So for a brand new mold like this, to be able to get two different versions of it right away, and maybe this vault version is a first to market one, which would be awesome. Fingers crossed. And then we also have the standard release, but this will be one where for sure I'll be picking up a couple of these. Um, but how about everybody out there? Would you guys pick up multiple of these? So feel free to just fire in the chat here as we're looking at them. Yeah, agreed. Crazy not to make it first to market. I can't imagine that this Vault exclusive is not going to be a first to market version. So yeah, it seems like everybody here is pretty fired up about it. So yep, I'm going to buy it on day one. I'll end up getting two, multiple. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this one is if my wallet will let me. Yeah. I hear you there, man. Sometimes it just has to be one of those where it's just, I'm just going to do this and let's just see what happens. I'll figure out how to pay for it later. Um, but very cool. Glad to hear that everybody's excited about this. I certainly am as well. Um, so yeah, now I do want to show off one here. So I love this version. The actually have one here. So this is the 3D printed version that I did. And so obviously being 3D printed, you're going to get a ton of detail out of it. And so you can see here just like the detail and how thin the wings are. So it does look like with the version that we're going to be getting from Vault that it's a little bit chunkier than this one is. But this is Micro Galaxy Squadron scale. So let me grab something to compare it to really quick. So here it is relative to the Falcon. So, well, I wouldn't say this is Micro Galaxy Squadron scale. Sorry. This is like a 172 scale from Darkfire Designs. And so you can see how that size compares to the Falcon. It looks like in the pictures that it's probably pretty close to this size, though. So I think we could see something that's like this. This guy is about 8 inches or so from front to back. And then it obviously doesn't have the functionality. Now I can take this front cockpit window off to see the pilots that are sitting inside. It's got 2 little pilots that sit in there. But so I was going to be 3D printing a couple more of these guys for a couple of the displays, a couple of those Imperial hangars that I printed from Cube Squadron. And I was just waiting until the weather gets a little bit nicer to be able to do that. But now, thank you, Jazzwares, I don't actually need to do that because we're going to be able to get a couple of them here. So very cool to be able to get this one. Now, that's not all. We still have more. So again, we've got 8 different scout class. We've got 6 light armor class. We got 5 starfighter class. Then we've got the 2 starship with the Razor Crest and this patrol one. And then now we have the mother load. So the Remnant Imperial AT-AT, this is going to be coming with a few different figures. You can see it's got 4 down there on the bottom left. And this looks to be actually bigger than the AT-AT. So there's a bunch of different features that are different. And again, I mean, I am really shocked, not only one that we're getting this, but that we're getting this and it's a brand new mold. So, um, again, I mean, I would have thought that with Micro Galaxy Squadron, it would have just been like a repaint of the original AT-AT and been like, oh man, come on. But the fact that they completely did this, I mean, it's got a whole new head on it. The body is different, looks much bigger. It looks like the legs appear to be roughly the same. The feet look like they're slightly different. And then here on the interior of this, there are some new features in this. So you can see the one on the right side, there's a little C-clip there inside, and that looks like a ladder where you'll be able to slide that up, where you'll be able to slide the figure up to that top portion. And then it looks like there's on the left side a couple different seats there for some different figures. New sound effects, that would be fantastic. I hope that they do new sound effects. That would be a huge letdown if they did not do that. So legs are totally unique. Great. Yep. That's fantastic for them to do like a total retool of this. And then here is the interior of the cockpit. The cockpit's much bigger. So you've got a couple different seats there for some figures in it, as well as you've got your 2 pilot seats. It does look like, based on the 4 figures that we're getting with this, that we are only going to be getting 1 pilot. It looks like a pilot. Oh, sorry, no. 2 AT-AT drivers, an AT-AT commander, and a snowtrooper. So, yes, I can see that. Yeah, the 2 figures on the right side are the 2 pilots, which is great. Thank you, Jazzwares, for listening to us. One of the major asks that we've had for so long is to be able to have at least the number of figures that you can fit in the vehicle. And if not, getting the pilots in here is so helpful, because at least with the 2 pilots, you don't have to get a third one or a second one just to get the pilot to be able to outfit it. So it's much easier to be able to get those other figures in Scout class. And then let me see if I had any other pictures. I think those were the only pictures that I actually had of it. But this is another one. Like, what do you guys think of this? I mean, I am a huge fan of this. Just the head sculpt on it looks really awesome, and it does look huge. Certainly could be a scenario where they could potentially convert this to an AT-ACT. So with that door that opens there on the side, who knows? I mean, certainly they're not going to quit with just making one of these. It'd be way too expensive for them to make just one version of this. Now, one of the things that could potentially happen, which again, we hinted at a little bit, and I don't have any pictures of it here, but the vault version. So there is the potential of a vault version, as well as, like we were talking about, with a vault version of maybe the Razor Crest, definitely with the LAATLE. I don't even know what I want to call that because it's such a mouthful. But yeah, so that could be 2 potential coming on. So this big walker as well as the LAAT. And so yeah, awesome.
It looks good. They nailed the deco.
Yeah. And cool to see all of the different paneling as well. So the panel lining looks great on it. I mean, this does look like a vault version. So if they release it like this as a standard version that's coming out in stores, man, that is a home run.
Yeah, I mean, at least
I can imagine these selling pretty well.
it's sharp. It's painted well.
Yeah,
Looks like a home run.
for sure. Now, kicking it back to the crew here that's all logged on here. We got actually a pretty good crowd here, like 110 between the two channels. What is your favorite? You got to pick one. What is your favorite of what was released? So, here is a quick list of all of it. So, this is from DC Metro. Thank you for putting this up on the page. So this is all that we got. So you got all of your scout class, your 8 different scout class. You've got we've got the new RZ1, the battle damage E-wing, Qui-Gon's starfighter, the hollow RZ1, the red Grievous fighter. We've got Carson Teva. And then you've got the LAAT, Razor Crest, and then this Remnant AT-AT. So you got to pick one. Let's see what the crowd is the most excited for. Looks like we're getting a lot of LAATs. Carson. Yep. Oh, Rex's Y-Wing. That one hasn't quite come out yet. Yep, the LAAT LE is all the way. Wow, lots of Carson Teva in there. It's pretty good. Hyena Bomber, RZ1. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got patrol gunship at the top.
Uh-huh.
Then the new A-wing mold, and then number 3, Carson Teva's at.
Yeah, that's for you. Yeah, I think I'm with you on the LAAT for sure. I think I'd go with the LAAT, and then I am a huge fan of the Red Grievous just because of what that potentially opens up in the future. Not specifically like that mold, but yeah, I mean, I am a fan of that for sure. I just love all that unique, like super unique stuff.
Oh, big shout out to Praeternia for most of those photos.
Yes, agreed. I apologize. That was in one of the pictures actually at the bottom. So, but yeah, seems like the LAAT is the clear winner here for everybody.
But a lot of varied answers. I love that though. There's like a good.
Yeah, there is a good mix in here for sure. A little bit of everything. Lots of Carson Teva, and lots of the LAAT and A-Wing. So yeah, let's hope that the movie ends up being really good and everyone is like super hyped about it and starts picking all these things up. Awesome. Well, I think now is the time, Cole, where we do zoom out a little bit and we take a look at the wider Star Wars world, universe, I should say.
Yeah, I'm still super in and out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So if you want to dive into this segment,
we're gonna keep ripping, man. We're gonna keep ripping. So, if anybody,
it's tough going.
No worries, man. I could take the con for now. The one thing that did drop here recently was the Mando and Grogu trailer, and man, it has a lot of eye candy in it and a lot of options that we can potentially have here in the future. Maybe the coolest image of the entire trailer is this one right here, with all these X-wings coming down right in front of the sun and the Y-wing. I mean, if you can't say that this is absolutely some type of a set that Jazzwares is going to release, they need to release it exactly this image. Just get that sun
100%.
in the background, get the X-wings, like make the
That one
packaging
Y.
deeper. Yep, you need one Y-wing in there. I mean, man,
I hope
this
that's
would,
Zeb. I hope that's Zeb in the Y wing.
yeah, that would be sweet for sure. And then you get Carson Teva in there. You could put Ward in there as well because it looks like she's a pilot, so must be flying an X-wing as well. And then you could just do two generics. But yeah, that would be very cool. And then the next one we've got here. So we've got I think his name is Rio. Is that what his name
Oh,
was?
that's Rio is the dude from
Solo. But at least that specific type of alien guy is back, and Jon Favreau was voicing that, so that definitely sounded like him. Yeah, Rio died in Solo. Oh yes, yeah, that's right. So yeah, that would be a totally different timeline then. And then we've got this scene, what do you guys think those vehicles that are coming out are? So I don't think that they're Geonosian starfighters, and I'm pretty sure uh, Martin Scorsese voiced that alien. Seriously? Wow, that's fantastic. I did not know that. It sounded like Favreau, but um, so I think there's another scene in the trailer where one of these vehicles crashes, and so um, yeah, man. But this looks like it's coming out of some type of base and it's shooting out there. So I don't know what that could be. Um, Definitely not a vulture droid. I don't think that's a Geonosian starfighter. I think it's something that's totally unique. But I don't have another picture of it here in terms of the thing. So looks like a Kenner era microskiff, a Hut fighter. What is a Hut starfighter? Is that an actual thing? Hut starfighter. It doesn't really look like that. I'm looking up an image of it right now. That doesn't quite look like it. It looks like it's got like a, um, the body, like the cockpit is sitting on top of the body portion of it that's on the underneath an HH-87 Starhopper. 87 Starhopper. Yeah, I don't think it's that either. It doesn't quite look like that. I'm looking up the image of that right now, this 877 Starhopper. I see that there is a Lego for that coming out, but is that Mando and Grogu? No. In the trailer, the wings seem to unfold like that. Interesting. Maybe it is a light Hut fighter. Man, keep coming with all these ideas. A light Hut fighter. I don't think I see that in there. I'm just looking here at some of these pictures to see what it looks like. I don't see anything on there, but um, if you go back and watch the trailer, you will see one where it crashes, like a quick image of something crashing, and uh, it looks unique. So it doesn't look like something that we've seen before, but very cool to see that like a new vehicle. So any of these new vehicles are great ideas for the Micro Galaxy Squadron team to pull in there. A Firefly class. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. So then a new, well, not a new, but an old bounty hunter. Um this guy is my favorite of the bounty hunters, especially with his when he when he uses his helmet as like a basically like a skateboard when he goes running around. Oh, there he is, back again.
Momentarily.
Yep. So this guy is sweet. Embo is that wait, I want to see Embo's ship. Yeah. Yep. I hope we do get his vehicle as well. That would be a fantastic figure to have in the series as well. And then here is Grogu with the little Andellans. These guys are so awesome. I love that they're playing a bigger role here in the movie. And the great
Yeah,
thing
Blind
about
Box
this,
City right here.
for sure. I mean, and they could just be all sculpted in. Like
Yeah,
you couldn't
I'm
they
fine with that.
couldn't be figures that you take out. But the when you're looking at all of the images from the trailer, I mean, this thing really does look like it could be a good movie. Um, I hope that it is, especially with a scene like this, where you've got actually Pedro Pascal with his helmet off, getting ready to fight whatever this giant snake monster thing is. Man, that is sweet. Such a cool image um, of that thing uncurling like that. And then, yeah, this the final scene of the trailer that got me super fired up. So I don't know if anybody noticed, but all of the aliens that are kind of out fighting or whatever, I believe those aliens are all from the game that Chewbacca plays back in A New Hope. That looks like they are, at least. And so, yeah, lots of great pictures, a lot of great hype there as well for the movie. So
Definitely got
cool to be able to
another one
see
we got
that.
to get a blind box of.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely get
His
one.
like speeder pram.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So good.
Agreed. And you could do it with a Mando, like a C clip Mandalorian, like one where he's flying. You can kind of
Above.
clip him on the top. Yeah.
Oh man, with
Would
little
that be
blast
cool?
effects on his jetpack.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
Yes.
He's so cool. So yeah, yes, the Jarek, is that how you say that? Table monsters? Yeah, they are. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Djarik.
So cool. So cool. But I just part of the challenge that I think we've run into with a lot of Star Wars movies, and this is where I think I'm really happy that it just seems to be like Sigourney Weaver's character is going to play a little bit more of a role, is that they bring in all of these extra characters. I'm like, man, you have to develop a story for all these people. And, like what they did with Zori Bliss, which is like a pretty cool looking character, but did like nothing. And so it feels like this really weird drop in of a character that's not super necessary to have.
That's kind of Star Wars' MO though, right? And has been.
Yeah, I know. And that's where I hope
Like we
that
didn't know
they,
anything about Boba Fett,
yeah,
Didn't know anything about Lando. There's
yeah, very true. Very true. Yeah. I hope that they don't just overdo it, and that they do, which it seems like, at least with what I saw from Filioni, that he's really more interested in telling great stories than like just throwing a bunch of stuff, like throwing everything in the kitchen sink. But
He
we'll
has been
see.
accused of that before.
Yeah. Yep. I
That
guess we'll
that's a
see.
little bit of his rep online, I think, but hoping for
We
the best.
really need this movie to be good. Need this movie to be good.
Star Wars in general definitely does.
Yeah, for sure.
My hype has increased significantly from this one trailer. I will say that.
I would definitely agree. That final scene got me super fired up. So seeing Grogu hop in that little pod thing and start flying
Little
off,
baby
and then
Greedo.
yeah, that's right, that's right. And then having Mando flying after him, man, that was awesome. So cool.
A lot of jetpack in that trailer. I feel like we're seeing a lot of jetpack usage.
Yep, love that. And some usage of Mando without his helmet, so we get a chance to actually see Pedro Pascal in the suit, which I feel like there for much of the entire series he actually hasn't been in the suit, other than maybe in the first season. So very cool to see that. But yeah, going helmet off, man. Look out.
It's the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Got to remind people that Pedro's under there.
That's exactly right. For sure. So I think that hits our Star Wars Plus segment. We already did the community spotlight, actually, when you were off there for a minute. So yeah, I mean, I feel like we covered a ton here tonight.
It was a lot, and right under the 2-hour mark too. I feel like we did good.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't believe it's been 2 hours. Doesn't feel like 2 hours. But yeah, what else you got? What's cooking?
I'm trying to figure out if I'm frozen or not. No, it's.
Nope.
I'm just gonna say I'll be following the news if anything pops up. I'll be posting links to stuff. After this, I'll put a link to the Walmart rating Micro Galaxy Squadron on Instagram. Just
Yep.
out. I know. I'm gonna get AT&T fiber tomorrow. This is ridiculous.
Yep. So yes, you can catch Cole at any of the Micro Galaxy Squadron or Micro Galaxy Squadcast. So if anybody has any submissions also for the community spotlight, you can feel free to email those over to microgalaxysquadcast@gmail.com, correct? Or you can end up going on Instagram and send it through the Micro Galaxy Squadcast there. If you're looking for any of, so you think any of some of the ships from Maul, Shadowlord? Yeah, so we did talk about that a little bit earlier. If you weren't on at the kind of like the midpoint, we talked about that Amazon will be having a battle pack set that will have Maul with the Night Brother, Gauntlet, and then 2 Fang fighters. So we don't know what that set looks like, but we know for sure we'll be getting that. I would imagine they'll do some more from there. I couldn't imagine that Lucasfilm would say, "Yeah, keep going back to the old."
We assume we're getting it. We'll see.
Yeah. I would imagine that Lucasfilm wouldn't say, "Keep going back to the old Tartakovsky Clone Wars to find your vehicles. Let's get something that's a little more current." But then also, if you're looking for myself for any of my social channels, so at Kevin's Microfleet on Instagram, and then also over on YouTube to check out all of the reviews I've done. So as I continue to get new things, I'll try to get those reviews up as quickly as possible. I typically can turn those over in 24 to 48 hours. And yeah, so keep an eye out on the Instagram too. I've got on my Instagram, I've got a bunch of stuff here coming from Cube Squadron, which I'll be showing off here as we continue to print those things and get closer to the beginning of that Kickstarter. Still need to get to 1,500, which let me see.
Yeah, we're getting close. I saw you had an update the other day about it. Kind of close.
Yeah, let me look it up really quick and see where that's at.
Getting a check on it, a number check.
Yep. Cube Squadron.
Giving the video a thumbs up before you log off. That'd be great
for sure.
and help us out. One show, 2 channels. Maybe give both videos a thumbs up. We certainly appreciate it.
For sure. Let me see here. So we got 1,180 followers.
1180.
Yeah. 1180. If you have not followed it, please go over there right now. Go ahead and just follow along. There are no strings attached to it. It's just gauging the interest. Got to get to 1,500 in order to be able to reveal the final cube, as well as hopefully start to provide some information here soon on where you guys can pick those up, which is great.
I can't wait. I'm jealous you're getting to print them.
Yeah, for sure. I certainly am. It is not lost on me how fortunate I am to get an opportunity to print some of these and mess around with them and start to be able to show some off. They are very cool. Very, very cool. So, yep, keep an eye out for those. I'll have some more toy reviews coming up. So, yeah, where is the link to Kickstarter? Just go to Kickstarter.com. And when you're in there, you can just, in the search bar, just type in Cube Squadron, 2 words. It'll pop up on there, and then you can go ahead and click follow. You typically have to put in some information in order to, like, create an account to then be able to do that. But that would be where you can find it. Yep, just go to click Kickstarter.com and then go ahead and type that information in. So that are those custom customer store-bought shelves behind me. This one right here is my dad custom built that for me. All of the other shelves are just IKEA Billy bookshelves. But yeah, I have this obviously this issue with a lot of those little small micro machines that take up a ton of space on the shelves. So I wanted to be able to put it up on the wall and light it. Which I haven't done the lighting on it yet, but I will at some point. So if anybody has any last minute questions, feel free to fire them in there. Should I make a third account? I guess you could. But otherwise, Cole, sorry about all the technical difficulties, but don't worry. You got your co-pilot here to help steer the ship. But glad we could do this here kind of last minute to get all this in here with the Toy Fair information. So, and thanks everybody for hanging this long.
Yeah,
Again,
thanks
we
for
got up to like
carrying the weight on that one.
For sure. Yeah, we almost got up to 120 here for people viewing. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We hope to be able to catch everybody here in a couple weeks. So we'd like to try to keep that pace going. Just depends somewhat on the news. If we got a decent amount of news or if we don't have any, we may skip. So but keep an eye out on social channels for us and we'll let you know. But for now, Cole, I think it's time to squad out.
Out.
We're squadding out, team.
See you guys.
See you, everybody.
It was fun.